And as someone who watched Will come here as a freshman, I know, like so many others, we're so proud of how much he's grown and the contributions he's made to this university and to the larger community. Will is a member of the Villanova class of 2007, where he distinguished himself both as a student, communications major, and as an athlete competing on our Villanova men's basketball team. And we won't be here all night, but I'll list a few of the highlights during Will's tenure here. Will was a 4-year starter at forward on the men's basketball team. He started in 8 NCAA tournament games, appearing in 2 Sweet 16s and an Elite 8. In the 2006, his junior year, Will led the team in rebounding, a team that attained the #1 ranking in the country, a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and an Elite 8 appearance. His 146 block shots rank him 7th all-time here at Villanova. He was twice named a Big East Academic All-Star. And Will did not limit himself just to basketball while he was here at Villanova. While excelling in the classroom and winning talent contests and serving as an orientation counselor and participating in various service projects, Will gave his time and his talents in so many ways to enrich our community, here building relationships and friendships all along the way. After playing basketball professionally in Italy, Will is currently a rising star in the field of music, entertainment, and fashion. As the world is discovering what many of us have known for many years, what a bright, gifted, talented, and special man he is. It's been said it's good to say something. It's more important to have something to say. Will has something to say. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Villanova's own Will Sheran.
Well, hello. Hello. How many people are here for a class? Let me just see a raise of hands. Really? That's awesome. Nobody's here for a class. You just came on your own. I think it's amazing that my journey has got me here to the point where I probably was so comfortable with myself in college. You know, nothing could really faze me on the court or, you know, behind closed doors, but in the grand scheme of things, as far as the public, I probably would have never came to an event like this. So everyone who's here, Gay, Straight, Coalition, friends, faculty, staff, alumni, just give it up for yourselves for being here. This is amazing. As you may or may not know, I don't play basketball anymore, and I'm a full-time music artist. So I'm just going to start with a track that kind of defines my life situation, let's say that. It's called Journey. It actually features another Villanova alumni, Peter Kirk. You can look him up as well online. And I promise this won't be boring. And I only cursed once in the song, so I promise you won't be offended. It was a very interesting situation there.
This for the trailblazers beating the drum. Takes makers that do what they want. Blaze their own trail and follow none.
Controllers of what they become.
Engineers of the future, one with the signs. I just begun.
Boom, boom, now look what I become.
Crawled and walking, now I
Run away with me. You'll see in the city bright lights, big dreams burning. I'd have found my journey. Oh, I no lie. I'd have found my journey. Oh, I no lie. I'd have found my journey.
My journey is a course and my course is a given. I'm in the driver's seat and my dreams never hidden. I want what I want, I do what it takes to get it. I'm nothing like a passenger, but I am driven. I'm the captain, the conductor. My journey's a crazy bitch, but I still love her. Never give her up, she's ingrained in my system. When she pops at the system, it's just me, and my journey.
my
When I was a child, I was
journey.
lost. Now I'm in charge. Call me Charles. I am a boss. Similar to Ross. Something like Frick. Slick when I'm telling my story. Struggle for success, grind for glory. Push for greatness, no sleep. Rhymes in the morning, no rest. I'm focused, no stress. I'm blessed to have this journey.
Run away with me. You'll see in the city bright lights, big dreams burning. I define my journey.
I do define my journey. I'm from Bear, Delaware, where I was born to a biracial mother who is black and white. If that can only make you more hyper aware of race relations, oh my God, how are you? Seeing like teachers that like talking. If that can make you any more aware of race relations, colors, and differences, then, being raised to a biracial mother and a black father definitely made me more, maybe even hyper aware of race relations and differences in us all. When I was a child, I always felt like I was odd, and people kind of summed it up for me being 6'8" and awkward. I was like 6'4" in 6th grade. It's kind of crazy. Definitely went through puberty before everyone else too. It's crazy. But at any rate, I grew up a child in the middle of nowhere. I thought I was the tallest person ever. I thought I was like an outsider. And then I found this game, basketball, that brought me to high school, made me popular, got me into school on scholarship. And I found myself here at Villanova, in front of you all, faced with trying to balance school, athletics, and a life that I didn't know if I really wanted everyone to know, to be honest with you. I look in the audience and I see people that I completely confided in, like over the 4 years. Like, this is crazy. To be back here, it's kind of overwhelming right now. Take a moment. All right, I'm over it. No, seriously. I was on campus. I was a basketball player. People wanted me to be a certain person, and I think my journey was to define myself and kind of break stereotypes, whether I knew I was doing it or not. I think I know for a fact. After 4 years of college, I remember after the season, Coach Wright riding in the car with me and just saying, "Do you know what you did on campus? Like, you actually participated and hung out with people and had friends that were on the basketball team. You did wonders for the university." And I'm like, "You have no idea. I did wonders for my social life." But underneath it all, I was struggling with something, me being gay, that I didn't know how to handle. I mean, I saw gay faculty members, I saw gay camp, gay students, alumni. I would even go out. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Woody's, but I was there all the time. I was on 13th Street going crazy. But I was living this double life. Freshman year, I had a girlfriend for 6 months. She's amazing. To this day, she's still my friend. And I came out to her on the Villanova steps. We took a walk down Rapes Trail. It was called that at the time. I don't know what it's called now. From South, you know? Is it called Rapes Trail? It's called something else. What is it called now? It's called something else. Anyway, we walked down there, and I just told her the truth. And her response was, she was shocked, but she didn't like kill me. And I was like, oh, wow, this was easy. And that was only after coming out to my parents, who, if you all have come out to your parents, or if you haven't, and I'm not pressuring you to, I think you should do it on your own time when you're ready. It's tough. I mean, after freshman year, I was like, okay, well, my parents aren't paying tuition. I bought my own car. I'm okay. Like, I don't really need them if they were to cut me off. And I remember one summer night, I looked at my dad and I was like, I have something to tell you. He was like, what, son? You can tell me anything. Everything you've ever done, I've done. I'm sure I've done it before. Da, da, da. I was like, maybe not just. It was a little awkward. But I told him the truth, and initially he was like, oh, you're my son, I love you, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Then he told my mom, who I'm a little bit more close to. And you would expect her to be like nurturing and motherly, and she was not. She was very, very disappointed, angry, she had questions. She said things that you may or may not hear in your lifetime, but I don't even want to repeat. So what I had to do was I had to kind of throw myself into my school, throw myself into basketball, throw myself into everything I was passionate about. That summer, I decided I was only going to live for me. I was only going to do things that felt right to me. Timely, I met someone at Woody's, but I don't suggest you meeting someone in the club. That's not where you're But I fell in love with this person. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, that's a dude, and I'm in love with him. Is that right? And you think, because you grow up and you see, boys wearing blue and girls wearing pink, and you see all these families on TV, the Huxtables and things like that. And you don't see, two guys. You don't have modern family when I grow up, which I have a picture of with the artists. They're like super amazing and chill. And one of them's not even gay. That's really awesome. But anyway, I grew up with all these ideas and all these images, but none of them were steering me in the right direction. I remember, I can't even recall any gay artists that really touched me. I wasn't like a Boy George fan or anything like that. I was more of a hip hop guy. And when I watched TV, the only thing that was on that was close to gay was Oz, because it was a bunch of dudes, or some other show where there was like crazy club scenes at the end, which is not the reality of my life. Bring it back to my journey. And in school, I really had to develop who I was going to be to the public and who I was going to be in private. And it wasn't because I was coerced into that position or pushed into a corner or put in a place where I had to be someone else. It was because I was putting myself in this jail. I created it in my mind. In my mind, all the kids I was a role model to would no longer love me, or no longer want to support me, or not come to Villanova games, or maybe I would get kicked out of school or my scholarship would be taken away. These are like realistic things I would think about. That's crazy. That's hell. That's not the reality. So what I had to do was I had to escape, and I had to redefine my journey. So I'm going to play another song. It's called Gone, and it's about escaping jail. I wish it was a little bit louder.
I'm so gone.
I am gone from you. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do
There's no cursing after me.
And I am gone. I'm gone. I am gone from home. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do with it, do with it, do.
Daddy was a rolling stone, mom was on patrol trying to run home, but was the only child in this wild. We're all alone, no Shalanga, no the born, didn't even know about her Michelle. Couldn't picture how they would frame me, couldn't imagine what they would name me. I was plotting on a moment they'd abandon me, so my mind they couldn't even handle me. I swore to the man's hands would never damage me, dismantle and mishandle me. I only fight to be free from the jail of my mind that held me captive for so long. In my mind I was wrong and I am gone.
I'm gone. I am gone from home. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do with it, do with it. I am gone from home. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do with it, do with it. I am gone from home. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do with it, do with it.
I will put this blunt. We are who we want to be. Look at me, I'm free. I'm everything you wanna be. I would have never survived living in those lies, hidden in disguise, given as a compromise. I will put this blunt. We are who we want to be. Look at me, I'm free. I'm everything you wanna be. I would have never survived living in those lies, hidden in disguise, given as a compromise. I would put this blunt. We are who
Performing
we
is way more
want
fun.
to be. Look at me, I'm free. I'm everything you wanna be. I would
I gotta come
never
back, we gotta have a
survive
party.
living in those
Let's have a
lies,
party.
hidden in disguise, given
We make
as
that
a
happen.
compromise.
I am gone from home. I put on for too long. Now I'm here and you gotta do with it, do with it.
I'll never go back there. I'll never live so scared they can come for me. If they there, I'm a problem and not prepared. I'll never go back there. I'll never live so scared they can come for me. If they there, I'm a problem and not prepared.
I didn't allow anyone else's limitations or rules or anything like that define me. So then I find myself in love after being in a relationship for 3 years, or what I thought was love at the time. And then I graduated, and I went to Italy, where all the men are small, and it was kind of interesting. But I was playing basketball. I mean, think about it. I mean, I'm a big guy, I don't like small guys. So I'm in Italy, and I'm there, and I'm like, oh, I'm so liberated. I'm gonna be who I am, but yet I'm not doing something I'm passionate about. Now, let me just be really clear. I loved every moment of basketball that I played, but what I found was that I liked being part of something bigger than myself because I was empty on the inside. Think about that. I wanted to be part of a team, be part of something that made me feel bigger than I was, even though I'm 6'8". But on the inside, I was like 4'8", small. I wanted to be part of something successful to make me belong, to make my father love me, to make my mother love me, to make my friends enjoy me, and me be something valued. So when I decided I wasn't going to play ball anymore, I decided I wanted to have a life that I was going to be passionate about. So using my communication skills, I contacted people at Source Magazine and moved to New York to be a writer. And if any of you want to be a writer, I'm encouraging you to be the most prolific writer you can be, but have a job that actually pays you money on the side, like working at a bar or something. Just being honest with you when you're making your decisions about life, be realistic about what you want. Do you want a lot of money, or do you want to be happy? You gotta find that balance. Back to my journey. So I find myself in New York with everything you could ever want in life at the fingertips, and you have to make a decision about yourself. Are you going to be a statistic? Are you going to go out every night and get crazy like most of us would, which I did initially? But then you have to kind of define what you want next. And as Coach Wright told me, once I find something passionate about it, it'd be awesome to make a career out of it. So I started writing more and doing more spoken word and joining, events that were benefiting youth that were homeless because they were gay, or kind of like this situation right here, the Gay Straight Coalition, or joining groups that empower homosexuals and transgender people and transsexuals. And then I needed more. So then I started making music. And now more people come to the shows and I have more people listening. The difference between me and I can answer all your questions about basketball afterwards, but right now it's on music. The difference between me and other hip hop artists who happen to be gay right now is everyone's a novelty rapper. They're talking about Beyonce and Burger King and her butt, that's Caswell, or things that just don't really progress the movement or take you to the next level or speak to the youth that are so marginalized. So my goal, if any, is not to be famous, but to be inspirational. To be here and have people want to come here because the music's amazing, and then you meet somebody else and have another friend that's straight or gay, and the discussion moves on. When I was talking about being part of something bigger than yourselves, I think we all are part of something greater than we are as individuals in Villanova. I'm just going to address this because it's been all on my Facebook, all on my Twitter, all on my email. The Tim Miller situation, I look at that as not Villanova being homophobic. I think that, it was amazing that he was booked, and kudos to Dr. Rose. She's always pushing the envelope to expose information to our students and put them in the right position to, approach the world. But maybe it was just not researched to the point where, everyone knew what was going on. I mean, I've seen the guy on YouTube. He's famous now because of that. You all know who he is because, he got chopped, essentially. And he hit me on Facebook, and I looked at some of his stuff, and I think that, as another gay artist, I think it sucks that he doesn't have the gig, but at the end of the day, we're all part of Villanova. We signed up to be part of a Catholic university, and we know what we got ourselves into. We're all adults. We make choices. And I chose to come here today before that even happened. So it's actually a great sign that Villanova is not homophobic. The fact that we're all here right now and we're allowed to have this moment shows that Villanova being homophobic is just ridiculous. Other than that, I really want to open it up to questions or play my music and have a good time. Because like me sitting up here talking, I'm really casual, I'm really candid, I'm going to just be honest with you. You can ask me like anything and I really will answer it. I think that's where you'll get more of a wealth of knowledge. So at this time, they're going to pass around the mic, and please don't ask me like what I'm into as far as guys and stuff like that, because I'm not interested in talking about that. But if you have serious questions, then we can really talk about it. Yeah.
Hi, well, I'm the one who Facebooked you about the article. I wrote the
thanks.
article.
Awesome.
So,
Hi,
yeah,
how are you?
Awesome. Hi.
It's amazing.
It's amazing when you meet on Facebook and then actually in person, secondary, it's a little bit strange. But anyway, was there ever a point during your career at Villanova that you were like close to coming out, like in public, and then didn't?
I think freshman year, after I came out to my parents, I sent an anonymous email to, it was like something on the website about like the gay hotline or something like that. I sent that email, and to me, even sending it from an anonymous email and saying, I'm a high profile student athlete that doesn't feel as though, you know, it'd be beneficial to my lifestyle to come out right now, but I really want to, you know, meet new people. At that moment, I felt like I was out, because I felt like somebody was going to tell somebody who was going to tell somebody. And don't let it be misconstrued, like, you know how you are, you sit in a room, dorm rooms, you just socialize, but you share ideas, you share life experiences. And I think it was pretty well known that, you know, I was gay. Or you just watch me walk somewhere on campus. So no, I never was at a point where I felt like I wanted to come out to the world in college. And to be honest with you, when ESPN approached me about doing the story, I really thought it was not newsworthy and pointless. And you know, they asked me in 2007, like right when I graduated, and it didn't come out until 2011 because I still had to talk to like my parents and my cousins and make sure everybody was okay and nobody was gonna like freak out. And at that point, like even when I was literally getting in the car to go talk to Bob Lee, I was like, what he's gonna ask me? Like he already knows the story, like what, this is not newsworthy. And it wasn't until after I came out on national television that, you know, I was inundated with emails and tweets and Facebook messages thanking me for being courageous, and I was like, I'm courageous. Like, if you see me in the summer, I wear short shorts and boots. Like, I was like 6'8", black and gay, like in the club, like having a good time. But just to sum it up really quickly, I like to just joke and like talk. But to sum it up, no, I never had an opportunity or a moment where I really wanted to come out. I just didn't find it necessary. I think other people had a gay presence on campus that I really didn't need to be that. It would have been awesome, though, but I didn't.
Hey, thanks for coming out today.
Yeah.
Quick question, where did you find solace on campus, whether with professors, your teammates, Coach Wright? Where did you find that freedom that you spoke about being in a jail in your own mind and whatnot, but where was that freedom on campus?
Well, I mean, being a part of this community, as you all know, I mean, by the third or fourth year, I really started to feel how nurturing the community was. But after freshman year, I sought out extra help. I went to the athletic department and told them that, because my parents were getting divorced at the same time, I lied to them. I told them that my parents were going through a divorce and that I really wanted to speak to somebody about it. And then once I got in there and sat down with the doctor, I was like, this is actually what's really going on. I'm gay, I'm like on national television all the time, and I know people are gonna have a problem with it. With my teammates, to be honest with you, freshman year, I feel like I just was so like wild. I mean, I didn't think about the ramifications of coming out to a teammate who you live with, but I literally like, freshman orientation, the second day, Mike Nardi's using my computer, and I'm like, well, you're gonna find things on there that are not what you're looking for. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I like dudes is the quote. And I really said that to him. And he was like, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. Just don't like me catch you like smelling my underwear or something silly like that. And I really was like, no. So I guess that, and then also, I mean, to be honest with you, I had friends that were openly gay, and you know, orientation and like situations like that, like programs, like SAC, which was the Student Athletic Advisory Committee, and New Student Orientation, and just other on-campus opportunities and groups that allowed me to meet new people that weren't just playing basketball in a locker room with me. Like coming from that world, I really branched out to meet a lot of people. I mean, if I brought up some of my friends from being on campus, you'd be like, whoa, that's a really eclectic group of people. I really reached out to, you know, other races, other, of course, genders, of course, backgrounds, you know, class. I really reached out for those friends that I thought would be a part of my life for a long time, but understand. That was a really long answer, sorry.
Hello. Okay, 2 questions.
What's
First,
your name?
I'm Julia.
Hi, Julia.
What orientation group were you in, or
Group
did you
8
lead?
twice.
Oh, both.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had it twice, 2 years, and they were the most amazing. The first year was the most amazing experience of my life, and then the second year I had it like, I like had all these plans, and I like knew everything. I was gonna be like super orientation counselor, and then everything like started kind of like trickling down, and I was like it's breaking down. I had to kind of play survival the whole orientation. But are you an orientation counselor?
I was group 11.
Group
1-1
11.
double fun.
Isn't training like the most fun thing?
What did you say?
Isn't training the most fun thing? Would you say group 11 what?
1-1 double fun.
We were, my first year was group 8, so I would do like 8, like H8, it was lame. But then my second year I was like, we're group 8, we're just better than you, like something silly like that. And the kids really thought it, they were like, oh my god, you guys are awesome. So yeah, I really enjoyed orientation.
So my actual question
Yeah.
is, can you speak a little bit about just being gay in the music industry, especially the type of music that you do?
Yeah. So my first show was a small show that I just put together with my friends. My second show was actually an event to benefit the Randy Ford Foundation. And my third show was at Santos Party House in front of about 500 people, where I was like, one of my songs is called Daddy. It's a really old song on my project. And I was like, it goes, oh, you calling me a faggot? Where your girls gotta have it? My whole team smashed it, laughing, how tragic. And the whole crowd's eyes were like, whoa, and then they just start booing for 40 minutes. The whole 40 minutes that they just booed. And then after that, I was like, my music has to get so much better that people are just gonna accept me. Fast forward to now, I mean, I play Santos Party House at least once a month, and I'm so far away from being booed, it's like packed out. I think that,
Booked for Hoops Mania.
what'd you say?
You even get booked for Hoops Mania.
What'd you say? I think what?
You even get booked.
Oh, yeah, I guess that was awesome. No, seriously, performing for 4,800 people in a pavilion with a song you wrote like 2 days ago, you're like, whoa, this is crazy. If you look at the tape, like I totally sang the first song and the second song I hate it, so I can't even watch that YouTube clip. If you go to it, I hate that. But anyway, back to the music industry. I think it runs a lot of parallels with sports. I think there are gay people involved in the packaging of the brand and of the sport, but nobody really talks about it. I mean, openly, and I can say this, but flaming queens in the industry still don't want you to call them like girl or like gay or anything in front of anyone else because they just are gay and they don't want to talk about it. So it's kind of one of those things, like there's a lot of music execs that are and don't talk about it and they shy away from it. And I haven't found any like corporate sponsors that are interested in my music just because of what they Google and get. But at the end of the day, like that'll add to my journey and make it better when I do blow up or whatever happens. And also with music, I think it's a little different than sports or professional because you can find a niche crowd and tour the world, you know, performing for that niche crowd or get sponsored by like Absolute, which if anyone knows, I would love to perform the Absolute tour this summer. If you know anybody, just tell them about me. But no, that music industry is fine, just as long as you're good enough, it doesn't really matter. I think.
Hey, my name's Michelle. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thank you for coming too.
We appreciate it. I wanted to ask
Are
you.
you an athlete?
Maybe.
I was just want to know. Sorry.
Actually, that's what my question was about. I was going to ask you about how it was being out or not out on the team with, like, you know, guys you basically have to live with. Because I know there's a lot of gay athletes here now, and some of them really struggle with it. So I was wondering if you could speak to that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, kudos to all the out athletes on the teams. And all the athletes that don't have to be out. I mean, you're just as strong. You're just having your own journey. As far as coming out to my teammates, I did it over time as I built relationships. 4 years seems like a long time, but it's actually not a long time. I mean, it took me 19 years to get to a certain understanding and acceptance of myself. I can't expect people to accept me and understand me in 2 minutes of meeting me. So I kind of let my game speak for itself as far as respect on the court. And then, I was pretty competitive as far as academics on the team. I was like, oh, I'm getting better grades than you, you can't really talk to me. And then also, if you go back and watch tape, I was kind of like the tough guy on the team, or the big man. So, they're all smaller than me. I was just like, I'm going to beat you up. But, no, not really. They're all like really tough. No, not really. But to be honest with you, I just really bought into the Villanova experience and just threw myself into my studies, into my sport, and into campus. And that's why I participated so much. So it kind of was like a reflection of my own insecurities. If this team doesn't like me, I still have, the orientation counselors that'll love me, or this group that'll love me. So I kind of branched out to make myself have enough friends that I had a core base that I felt secure in going on. But by senior year, I remember having a conversation with Curtis, and I came out to him, and he was like, really? Like, you're telling me now? Like, I knew that, like, years ago. Are you serious? So what I could say as advice, and for advice, for anyone who's not out or wants to come out on their team, I think, gauge the relationship. Not everyone's going to respect your lifestyle, but they have to respect you as an adult. And as long as you treat yourself with respect and, act that way, then they can't really say anything to you. And if, all else fails, just be better than them, then they can't say anything to you either. It's kind of cocky, but it's the truth. Like, literally, if LeBron James was gay, nobody would have a problem with it, because he's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, let's think about it. Like, if Kevin Garnett was like, I like dudes, everybody would be like, yeah, like, because he's amazing. Like, if you're amazing, he's amazing, and then no one can say anything to you. I know, it sounds so crazy, but it's the truth. I promise you it's the truth. Greatness. Yeah.
Hey, Will.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So, because you brought up Tim Miller,
Yeah.
I swear I'm only going to say something for 5 seconds. But so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Heidi Rose, and I was the one who invited Tim and arranged for all of it. And only because you brought it up, I just wanted to say one thing, because there's been such a breakdown of communication about this whole thing. And so I just want to say that I am disappointed about the way it all turned out. Because of all the misunderstanding about Tim's work, and that a great deal of thought did go into bringing him here. And I wanted to say, because this will, for anybody who doesn't know, that I'm so happy that Bryn Mawr College has agreed to host him and the workshop. After I reached out to them, they've agreed. And so they'll make it available for any of the Villanova faculty and students who had signed up for the workshop. And because I had looked at this as a real gift to the university. And I had looked at it as a gift to the university because I don't think this is a homophobic place, right? So I'm in agreement with everything that you said, and just want to say that I'm grateful that the people who had wanted to participate in the workshop are going to have the opportunity to do that at Bryn Mawr. And I just want you all to know that, and to know that what the intent was behind it all.
In addition to that amazing opportunity at Bryn Mawr, I think it also is a gift to the university and to the community on a whole, because though it was something that, may have fell through the cracks and been a real breakdown in communication, and we don't have that opportunity of having it on campus, it is provoking thought and making people talk about it. The more people talk about it, the more that it'll be out there, more people will read about it, more people will develop ideas and opinions, and that's the only thing you can really ask for, is that everyone know about it. I mean, there's probably more exposure to it now, and we as a community are embracing that situation and have to handle it accordingly. But, I mean, I remember having your class, it's so awesome. You guys are gonna get old and you're gonna come back and you're like, oh my God, I see all these people. I skipped class like 3 times in 1 week. This is crazy. You have no idea. Getting older is crazy.
This isn't a question, but I wanted to follow up on something you said about, what if LeBron was gay or Kevin Garnett was gay. From the moment I saw your story on ESPN, I knew we wanted you to come, to invite you to come to campus, and I brought that to the GSC, and we were so excited about inviting you, and so thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. I have 3 sons, 7th grade, 5th grade, and 2nd grade, and they watch ESPN all the time. And so your story actually gave us a chance to kind of talk about it. Yeah, and so I just want to say you're a tremendous role model for all young men.
Thank you.
And it gave me the opportunity to talk to my sons about what it means to be gay, and what it means to be a man, what it means to be an athlete. And so I thank you for that. Thank you for that gift.
That's awesome. Just a quick note, I'm really serious about throwing a party. If you guys want to raise money, like I'll make you guys money. Like people will come out and support you guys and you'll be rich. Seriously, you'll be rich, charge $5 at the door, people will pay. I've seen it happen. You can raise money, you can get nice t-shirts or just go on a trip or something. I'm being really serious. Want to have a party? Come on. Not in here, they're all through the pants. It's crazy.
Hi, Will. I was just wondering if when you went to, if there was any campus when you were playing a game that really gave you any problems while you were, playing.
Well, I was dating someone that went to Penn Law, so going to their gay straight coalition, proms and things like that. Penn, playing at the Lesher was it was crazy. My grandmother's sitting there, and my mom, my dad, and they're some wasted kid right here, yelling all types of obscenities. St. Joe's was bad. Everything in Philly was bad. The South, but at the end of the day, we were all better than them at that time. So it was seriously, don't talk about me. But no, we also had a athletic. We had a trainer that was here. I think my freshman year, sophomore year. And he used to always be like, you're a little different, da 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 da, and all choice words, and why do you run like that? Why do you walk like that? Why do you talk like that? Why do you lift weights like that? Why do you? I'm just relax, dude. Can I just live? Anyway, he transfers down to where Massimino went to coach, and we go play them, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. We're in Florida, it's gonna be hot, and I get there, and literally for 40 minutes, it was like, Sheran, you missed this layup. How's your boyfriend think about that? And it was just oh my God, this is crazy. And it's so funny because all my teammates were just sitting there this is what are we supposed to do? I mean, we were killing them, of course, so it didn't really matter, but I'm telling you, greatness wins usually. But in all honesty, just that experience, a couple players come to mind when I think about being homophobic, but to be honest with you, the nature of sports is a little different. People become beasts and monsters, and they want to say things that distract you and talk about your mom and stuff. So it's kind of thrown into that jargon, but I don't know. It's in college, you're amateurs, so I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of a distraction, and if you have personal power, it really doesn't matter. I do disagree with professional athletes on national television using gay slurs. That's crazy. They should definitely be fined, and then I want to know where that money's going to. But yeah, that was it.
As a follow-up question, I know you went to go speak to the St. Joe's campus.
They tried to get me to wear a scarf after wearing it. I wasn't going over.
What was harder to do, to come out on national TV or to face the Hawks?
What was really hard was watching that game this year, I'm not going to lie. I was there, and they were looking at me you're not great now. And I was like, oh my God. But we will be back next year, I'm telling you. We'll be a really good basketball team next year. At any rate.
Oh, I don't need a microphone. Will.
Projection.
Absolutely.
This is the woman that told me that I go in and out of urban dialect, and that if I'm aware of it, then I can own it and be great with it. So thank
Did
you.
he do it? Did
Thank
he
you,
do
Dr.
it? My quick question, Will, is I love you. You're gone. Yeah, you're on your own. So I'm concerned not only about the students who are here, but also the students who will come. And I want to know, how is it that we can create more safe spaces so that, and to help facilitate more students on their journey? So they don't have to feel so alone.
I didn't hear the, oh, so they won't feel so long. Well, the most impactful thing for me in all 4 years, besides like therapy or like someone helping me talk my problems out, was freshman orientation when they had the, what's the center called over here, the theater building? Is it even still there? Oh my God. Yeah, okay, so things are changing. Great. And they had a diversity skit, and there was like a gay kid, like a black kid that was called like a nigger, and like all this crazy stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But it provoked, it like started and initiated conversation, and that's what really got everyone feeling a little bit more comfortable. I think the more you put of that type of presentation and program and packaging into the university, the better it'll be. I mean, I kind of feel like that was the situation that was trying to happen with the other guy coming to talk. But it didn't happen. It'll be at Bryn Mawr, and you all will go there. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's about provoking thought, initiating conversation, discussing it, developing your own ideas, and respecting each other as individuals. You have to start by starting with the conversation. I think me being here right now, I think me coming back to have a party and straight people showing up is really awesome. I think that, you know, just investing in the students as much as possible and making them feel nurtured. I mean, everybody knows I played basketball, I participated, I was social, popular, whatever, but I felt a part of the university. I still feel a part of the university. And when people get to that level where they feel a part of the university, they will feel safe. Did I answer your question? All right, I'm only shooting for 8 here.
Did you lose any people in your life after coming out?
Initially, my father was just so upset. Like, he wasn't upset when I initially told him, but when other people started approaching him, like, is your son gay? I think in the black community, because it's so deeply rooted in church values, even if they're not living it, so deeply rooted in church values, it was really hard for him to embrace it or explain it to his family or the people he went to church with. He's also a police officer that's extremely conservative environment, kind of. Working class, it was just a lot for him. To this day, we have like a very textual relationship. Like, he'll be like, hey, big fella. I'm like, hey, dad. I love you. I'm like, I love you too. And that'll be it. And I mean, we have great conversations in person, but we're not best friends. My brother, who was incarcerated, is like a truck driver, also working class, black, lives in Delaware. We don't have a relationship, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm gay or because of my success or his failures or whatever it is. We don't talk. But it's interesting because my sister is, and I like to say this and she's okay with it, she's a butch lesbian. It's like no way of getting around it. Like, she's boy-ish. So, like, she's there. So she's living in Delaware and it's in front of their faces and they love her. So I don't know why they don't love me. It might be different with guys and girls. These are all questions that I would love to have conversations and, you know, really push to get understanding with, but if you don't have a conversation, you really can't end the relationship. Other than that, no. I mean, I didn't tell Coach Wright in college because I was afraid that another father figure in my life I would lose. But again, that was that jail that I was, like, I remember introducing him to my partner at the time at an event. He was like, hi, like, okay, regular, like, I had it all built up for it to be something really dramatic, and it was really just like a regular conversation about the upcoming season. So. No question, Kirsty? You know everything.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thanks. You know everything. That's why.
Great. Well, we hang out for a few minutes and
Yeah,
talk
I'm
and
here.
everything.
I'm a real
So,
person.
great.
Come talk to me. And I also tweeted during here, so if you're on Twitter, like hit me up. Also, if you're on YouTube, I'm not gonna lie, I want to plug. If everyone pulled out their iPhone right now and hit Will Sheridan, Step Out of the Streets, I would have 50 more hits, which is money in my pocket, which keeps me doing what I do when I'm passionate about it. So thank you. Or download on iTunes. And I also have a single coming out February 28th called There Was a Sign. Other than that, pinch me and I believe or something, or whatever people say that makes you feel real. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.